Well, good morning. Hope everybody's having a fantastic morning. All of those that are watching in the wonderful world of La La Land. What is that? Is that Honda? Oh, that's a new type R, dude. That's fucking sick looking. Oh, wow. Dude, that Civic Type R is fucking sweet, dude. All right, so we are, in fact, in Northern Virginia, outside D.C. You can call it Washington, D.C., but we're not in the town area, right off of Interstate 95. So we're right here. But I gotta wake up. Yeah, it took me a couple naps earlier today. I feel good. I just have to knock the groggy out. Always that little bit of groggy goes on. See, look at that. I love getting a thumbs up before YouTube even tells me anybody's here. I love it. Oh man, we're gonna hit a little bit of this. Yeah, see a little bit of this morning traffic through here, but it'd be all right. There's uh moving on over one more road. There's gonna be just absolute just chaos here in probably about 30 minutes, 20 minutes. That's gonna be kind of rough. But we'll turn our phone brightness up on both of these because I can't see shit. Good morning. Good morning, Split. Ernie said hi. Well, tell Ernie I said hi. Good morning, everybody. Ernie is always sending people to me, man. Ernie's taking care of me. He's like, dude, we need more people streaming and being awesome. We need more people. This is your wake up call. Good morning. Good morning. Good. We are going to oh, we're gonna keep this thing moving and grooving. So we had three watching. I ain't got much to talk about. It's just here. We'll play. Uh, my brain. Sorry about all that. My brain is not in the best shape at this moment. I mean, I'm not like screwed up, but man, whew, I didn't allow myself time to get rock and roll. I just knew I woke up from my nap and went, oh crap! I kind of like overslept from my nap. I like this one. When people speed up and then slow down right beside you, get the fuck on out of here. Holy shit. Fucking hate it, man. It's like oh let's speed right up, get right up near you, and then oh I'm too scared to actually pass you, but I'm gonna be so damn close that I can't even move over. It's like, anyways, idiots. And I'm bobtailing. I don't even have a damn trailer on me. The dude was like right there. That's crazy. Ugh. So I'll be bobtailing all the way back from Northern Virginia here all the way to Stanton, Virginia. 50 means 50, just so y'all know. Janice, welcome. I'll read your comment here in just a second. Yeah, you stop, you son of a bitch. This gives me a perfect opportunity to read your comments. Good morning, Split. Ernie sent me. Have a great and safe day. Everyone hit that like. Tammy, welcome. Oh man, so I'll be honest with you guys. I did purposely wait to go live. I could have went live earlier, but I knew it wouldn't have been the most proficient time to go live. Going live at like 3 o'clock in the morning is not necessarily the best time to utilize my resources. Welcome. I can't tell if that's RL or it's tough to see when I'm going down the road like this. Everything's shaky. But good morning, either way. Yeah, I was gonna go live then, but it's better to utilize my resources like when everybody's awake and everybody else is rocking and rolling. If I want to grow, you kind of got to do things in a proper time frame. And I knew once I got up there to my destination that I'd probably end up napping again. So instead of like going live for like an hour, um, I was just like, let's just go ahead and do what I got to do. So I got up there, ended up taking a bigger nap than I'd planned on, and now we're in the process of just coming on home. So, uh, excuse me, we've got about so in regards to time. Let's figure this time out. I'm currently in Virginia, and that the other one is still can't tell. Is that RLT 78? I can't tell if it's RTL or RLT. But Janice, what state are you in, and where are you headed? So I'm in Virginia, and I'm pretty much not leaving Virginia. So I just pretty much right now I'm just currently just running around. I'm outside of Washington D.C. right now, and RLT. Okay, yeah, it's just the phones and stuff, and the bobtailing makes things even worse because you don't have any weight smoothing things out, so everything's just kind of bouncing around and stuff. But yeah. So if you actually pulled up a map, all right, everybody do this. I know y'all are really ecstatic about wanting to do this. So I just left Newington, okay, in Newington, Virginia. I am currently in the process of going up the Parkway, the um yeah, what the hell is the name of this damn Parkway? Hold on, it's Fairfax. Is it Fairfax County Parkway? Yeah, Fairfax County Parkway. And this road cuts pretty much the corner off from 66 to 95. So Interstate 66, where it turns and it goes straight into DC, and then you got 95 that runs north and south that goes straight into the bottom of DC. I'm taking that southwest corner out of it, right? So that's what this is. Now I'm going to be running up to Interstate 66, and I'll be right there, pretty close to Dulles area. And then we're going to run 66 all the way out through Front Royal and everything, and pick up 81 and take 81 south. And we'll ride 81 south for about 79 miles. And then we'll jump off there, get on Interstate 64, and run Interstate 64 down for like 3 miles, then jump off the exit. And I got to go to Amazon. I gotta go to another building, and then I have to go to Amazon there. So no big deal. Yeah, look at that. Look at how pretty I am. Look at all those red lights. Hey, good morning. How you doing? Hi. If you notice, the synchronization is off because my microphone is on the front-facing camera and not the one that's connected to the other one. No, I don't. I don't go through any tunnels. No, ma'am. I sure don't. I wish this was a fucking manual. Excuse my language. Too early for cuss words like that. I wish this was a friggin' manual. I'd have the ability to skip gears a little bit better. Susanna, ooh la la. Good morning. Is that Frank? Welcome, Frank. I had to switch devices, but I got you another like. I appreciate that. I will be honest. I mean, I know. In the majority of the scheme of things, yeah, that kind of helps. But I mean, I just you know, there's a lot of people that. All right, so let me get to the point I'm trying to make here. I'm a little scatterbrained, but I would you support me and hang out and chit chat with me in whatever the case may be. Um, I don't care if you do it off of 5 profiles or just 1 profile because I want the honest number of things. So I want to talk about that for like the algorithm basis, right? So if you come in on another profile and you watch me for 5 minutes on that other profile, right? YouTube is going to say, hey, that guy doesn't like your content because he only watched you for 5 minutes on that profile. I don't care that he gave you a like, but he only watched you for 5 minutes on that profile. I'm not going to show. Why would I show this to somebody else when he doesn't even want to watch it? And then if you're subscribed on 5 different channels, for instance, okay, or like 5 different profiles you're subscribed to me on, and you normally only watch me on 1 profile at a time, it deflates the numbers. Compare like it makes the numbers less, I guess, pure per se. You know what I'm saying? But yeah. You know what I mean. And so, long story short, I've been through. I know this channel don't look like much, but I've been a YouTube streaming for about 4 years, and some of the problems that I've had. I had a bigger YouTube channel when I was doing all of my video game stuff, and I deleted that channel back over the summer and everything else. And part of that problem is you get too many people in here that like you, or for instance with say shorts, because realistically it don't matter. Not everybody's gonna watch. I know that, but what happens with me and what happens in my brain is that if I've got 1,000 subscribers, I don't, just saying, if I had 1,000 subscribers and I only had 10% of those people watching, okay, 10%, all right, that'd be 100 people watching. That'd be great. But what happens is you get 1,000 subscribers and you only get 1% or less of those people that watch at a time. And that kills me. That's like, that's the same as going, like, if I have 100 people subscribe to me, I would rather have 100 real people that subscribe and maybe, 5 or 6 of them that want to drop in and say hello and everything else. You see what I'm saying? So it's just my mind plays games and things, and I don't know, it's weird. I want these people to go on down the road, clear out this fucking lane. Get out of this fucking lane so I can get on. Jesus Christ. Please go. Do not change lanes. Stay in that one so I can get in the right lane and pass, you dumbass. Thank you. Oh, so much better. All that beef and shit, man. But yeah, Frank, no, I really do appreciate the sport. I do. Absolutely. I'm going. Well, if I didn't see it red, it never turned red. I never saw it red. Did you see it red? I never saw it red. Never saw it red. Oh, yeah. I just, that was another problem when I had shorts. I did a lot of, on my gaming channel, I did quite a few shorts when that was the go-to thing to grow, shorts. And I, I would grow and you would get people on the shorts that would subscribe, but they would never translate into the live stream aspect, right? So that's one of the problems when it comes between live streaming and content creating is, I mean, it's the same concept, but long story short, you've got live streamers. I want those people that want to come in and interact, right? And then people that could just simply consume and watch videos or shorts, they don't have that interaction. Like, I want the interaction. I want my audience. I want my followers. I want my subscribers to want to have something to do with what's going on. I want them to feel encouraged to come in and say hello. Because, like I've told other people, part of the reason why I do this is, there's a lot of people. It's not just, I don't do this just for craps and giggles. I mean, I do. It's entertainment, but like I want to be able to help people. So sometimes just being able to reach out and talk to somebody that hasn't had anybody that's talked to them in the day. There's people out there that literally do not talk to real people in person every day. They could be. I've got people that follow me that are handicapped, physically handicapped, where they cannot physically just go out on their own and do whatever. So there are a lot of times I got a lot of homeschool kids and things like that. In like part of their social life is this. So I want to make sure that I can connect with those types of people, regardless of the reason. I want to make sure that I can connect with you, and I want to make everybody have a better day and a better mental health situation overall. Motivate and grow, baby. How long have you been trucking? Like, as in, like, job? How many years have I been doing this profession, or how many hours today have I done it? I know that's a twofold. That's a multiple thing, but I'll tell you there, Janice. Um, I've been truck driving since 2000, and I got my CDL in 2013. So I'm working on 11 years. Once that date comes up, it'll be 11 years. And then, well, I started at 9:30 last night, so here it is, 6:15 in the morning. So there you go. I'm already halfway done with my day, and about to roll on, finish it up, and go home. But yeah, I've been doing it for over 10 years. Yep, I'm still considered a new guy. I uh I used to be I used to be I, let's put it this way. I used to think that I had a lot. I mean, I still have a lot of knowledge to share. Um I went through a tough time mentally in this company. They fired me about 4 years ago. I don't even know how long it's been, but I used to do everything. I used to do like safety. I used to do mentoring. I used to do all of this stuff pre-COVID. And so, I used to go out here and help all the new drivers, help educate them, show them the ropes. Because we train our own drivers and everything else. We help our own people get their CDLs and all that stuff. And so I used to kind of mentor them and just give them a little extra help, right? Tell them how it really is. Fortunately, our company, I looked at the situation where our mentoring program, it pretty much gives me free access to talk to them however I would like. There are topics we're supposed to hit, but I can kind of tell them things that management cannot. So I can essentially be not politically correct. So, where management has to follow a strict set of rules in the training, mine's a little bit more free. So I felt like I could really help these guys out, let them know this is what you really need to look at. This is what's really important. Um, these are the things that you need to do to, make your job a lot better and a lot safer. Da 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 da. So, but anyways, ever since I got fired though in COVID times, so one of the things that pissed me off more than anything that started the majority of the problems was, they were, of course we were in an essential business or essential whatever. So, we had to deliver everybody's stuff. So we all still worked, right? So with us all still working, hey, you got to come to work. I drive a freaking tractor trailer truck for a living. And they're like, oh, you got to wear a mask, got to wear a mask, got to wear a mask, got to wear a mask. I'm like, I'm not wearing a damn mask. It's simple. I don't care how y'all felt about it or whatever. It's not a political thing or whatever. But the mask gave me anxiety. The mask, I'm a big guy. I'm a fat guy. It made me feel like I couldn't breathe. And it was bad, right? And so one of the supervisors, one of the driver soups, they would always, there were rules that said if I was eating or drinking, I wouldn't have to wear my mask, right? Because how are you going to wear your mask? You just take a bite. You know what I'm saying? So I would always, when I was ever in dispatch or ever in the office up there, of course, I'm not hanging out, just chit chat and shooting the shit with everybody. I just do my shit, drop my keys off and roll on out. Right. And, but if I would had to be in there for any other reason, like if I was mentoring or training or whatever, I would have a bottle of water and I'd be drinking on it. So my damn supervisor, or one of the supervisors, we got a bunch of them, he comes through and he's talking all this shit about you can't cheat the system forever. Yeah. And then he went and he attacked my character. He attacked my character, and he said that essentially because I wasn't quote unquote following the rules, okay, that I was a bad leader. He told me I was a bad mentor because I wasn't following the rules for the masks. Because I wasn't wearing a mask, that I was a bad person. That's what he told me. And I'm like, are you serious? You're going to sit here and judge my character and say that I'm a bad person, I'm bad at my job, that I'm a bad mentor to these new drivers because I don't want to say that I found a loophole in the process, but because I'm not wearing a mask that nobody is deemed as fucking useful to begin with. ever since then, it changed my perspective there. I have yet to say more than 2 words to that same supervisor, and that's been 4 years ago. And he was a great guy. He's a good supervisor, but when the shit that he did there, I lost all respect. 100% respect to that man for him saying the bullshit that he said to me that day, and I gave up mentoring. I ain't doing it no more. Since then, I've only mentored 2 people, and they're just friends of mine that came into the department, and that's all I did. Is they went on a ride along with me, rode with me, or I rode with them, did a mentor ride. That's it. Twice in 4 years, when I used to do them literally weekly. So, and I was on the safety committee. We did the CHSP, which is pretty much safety committee, the partnership between management and hourlies and blah, blah, blah. So they screwed all that up, and I was the I also did the health and wellness. So when we were to do our health and wellness stuff, I would be the guy that would go in. I'd go to Walmart, buy all the fruits, buy all the vegetables. I would set up the displays and like when people would come in, I'd talk to them about whatever the topic was. Not, in a group, y'all understand what I'm saying, that they do that type of stuff. And I'd be the guy that would conference calls and sorts of stuff. It was big. It didn't really pay me any more money, but it gave me an opportunity to make a difference in my coworkers' lives, and I took it seriously. And then that shit happened, and it's like some bullshit like this. I literally took my time and like volunteered my services, like nobody else gave a shit about it. And since then, they got rid of everything. Since then, nobody cared about it. And the union had to get involved because nobody cared about doing it. And they're like, all right, well, we'll just take it over. We'll just start doing it. And then the company said, fuck you guys. Ain't none of y'all doing it. We're just going to get rid of it. So it's been a horrible situation, but it's it's tough. So we don't even do any of that shit no more. There is no safety meetings. There's no wellness. There's mentoring, but that's about it. And it's just dumb. So, who do we have? Subway Master. Welcome, Subway Master. Yeah. So that happened, and then about a year later after that, they fired me off for some dumb shit. So they said that I was stealing time and fudging my logbooks, and what they fired me for was that this is what I got fired for. I would stop. There was all right, for instance, it was a gas station, okay, 7-Eleven, little truck stop gas station, whatever it was. I would stop, punch out, go on my time, okay. I would show that I was off the road, not driving, and I would, I'm on break, I'm on lunch or whatever I was on. I'd go inside, do whatever I got to do. Everything's good, no issues. Come back out and punch back in, ready to go down the road. Well, after I would show that I was back driving in a driving status, it would take me sometimes, 3 to 5 minutes, sometimes, something like that. It would take me about 5 minutes sometimes to, all right, gotta get my, put my stuffs up, get my phone set up, whatever, make sure everything's good. But sometimes it's also just the fact I'm just trying to wake the fuck up. My head would be down on the fucking steering wheel. It's so damn tired. and I'd click, oh fuck, I gotta go back down the road. Fuck. I'd click the button, and then I'd end up kind of dozing off for another minute or two. And not like literally, they said they fired me because of 6 minutes. They said, oh, we saw you sit there after punching back in, saying that you're on the road. You sat in the parking lot for 6 minutes after you said you're on the road. You're stealing time. And because you're not actually driving, that's fudging your logbooks. I'm like, are you serious? Did you see what I was doing? Like, because I didn't even know. They said they recorded me, and I'm like, well, what was I doing? What was I like? I had no clue. And they're like, we don't know what you were doing. You were just, we couldn't tell. So, and I'm like, guys, I have no clue. I was like, I don't know what you think, that if you think I'm stealing time, and the flip side is, it's like, what was so dumb about it is, if you think I'm sitting there stealing 6 minutes of time right there, like I'm being spiteful and trying to steal time there, but when I would get to my destination, if I wanted to, I could punch out for 45 minutes of my the per our union contract shit. I could have ate them up with about another hour of overtime, waiting at my destination, waiting on a trailer to be emptied and ready for me to pull back. So like, I would just take 2-hour naps instead of sitting there and waiting on waiting on a trailer. I just punch out for 2 hours. So if I'm sitting here trying to steal time, why the fuck am I giving you an hour back of company time? If I was really worried about stealing time, it was dumb. It was so dumb. And they fired me. I got my job back, of course. They, the whole, oh, you're fired. Oh, well, actually, we'll just call it a suspension. You're suspended for, time served. You're good to come back. You could do your job now. So dumb. A month and a half. Well, not a month and a half. Excuse me. 3.5 weeks. I was off for 3.5 weeks. It was a great vacation, but it did start to eat up a little bit on on the savings. I literally went and my wife was starting to get real worried that maybe I wouldn't get my job back. See, the problem was the reason why I got fired, and I was and like, they were there trying to fire somebody else. Okay, they were there trying to fire somebody else, and because I just happened to be at the wrong place at the wrong time, according to them, I got caught up in this other guy's bullshit. So they fired me and they fired another guy at the exact same time. And they really wanted that guy to be gone. Okay. And it was a catch-22. If they'd let me come back, they would have to let the other guy come back. So all the negative and hard, they're just trying to play hard and scare people straight is what they're trying to do. Don't do that. Don't do that. And that whole scaring, they wanted that guy to be gone, and we had to go through the whole process, and yeah. So even my boss that fired me said, "Oh, don't worry about it. You'll get your job back." That's what he told me. "Oh, don't worry about it. You'll get your job back." He's like, like it's not a big deal. What? Fuck you. And ever since then, I was just like, I have this disdain for the company. I just don't care. And ever since that moment, I have been working towards doing other things just in case if that situation happens again. I make really good money, guys. But mind you, I mean, some truckers, they'll talk all this smack about, oh, I make $200,000 a year. Yeah, but you pay out fucking $80,000 in fuel a year. What the fuck are you talking about? You don't actually make $200K. Okay, you've got so many expenses on top of that bullshit. Fuck you. Okay, we make really. I know drivers that clear like we don't pay fuel. We just come to work like we could work like we work at McDonald's and we get a paycheck. And that money that we get, we don't have to pay shit out of. I know people that make $200K a year doing what I do. I don't make that, but they have more preferred runs, and they they get a lot more. They make a lot more money than I do, and so I have a good job where it provides for my family. But ever since that moment, I have been thinking and doing and working towards things. If that situation happens again, this fucking company is not going to hold me by the balls and tell me, this is, no, fuck them. If they fire me again, nah, I'll be gone 6 months. Fuck y'all. I've got, I started my other business officially, legally last year. I have a side business now, a website. I sell merchandise. I run events. Yeah, so I mean, I have a fallback. I have a plan. If something was to go south, I have a plan, and it's been put into use now. And it's like it's one of these things. It's like why do I even need to worry about that shit? If this company is so great, and UPS, that's where I work, is United Parcel Service, UPS. If UPS is so fucking great and everything's good, and fuck this place. Fuck it. I work 55, 60 hours a week. I get off of work. I have to drive home. In my 10 hours off, I get off of work. I have to drive 45 minutes home, 45 minutes back to work. That leaves me in 8.5 hours of my time. In 8.5 hours, I have to shower. I have to eat. I have to spend time with my family. I have to be able to do whatever I got to do to get back and ready for work and be well rested and everything else. And I do that daily. I average about 4 hours, 5 hours of sleep on about 4 to 5 hours of sleep a night is all I get, because the rest of the time goes to my family. I'm not gonna not be around my family. Like yesterday, I felt like shit. I went home and started doing some stuff, and my ADHD kicked in, and I was messing with a live stream, and I was doing this, and I didn't go home, and I didn't go straight to bed. My boy had a lacrosse game, and I missed his lacrosse game. It was right in the middle of my sleep pattern anyways. I get off about 11:30 in the morning. His game was at 5. I didn't get off and home until like 12:30ish, and I didn't actually get to bed to lay down until like 3:30. And so I spent about 3 hours doing shit I shouldn't have done. And so my wife ends up tells me, like, stay home and stay to sleep. Don't worry about the game. So I didn't go to his lacrosse game last night. So I felt bad, but I ended up sleeping from about, I think I fell asleep around 4 o'clock. Finally, I was able to cool off and settle down enough. Fell asleep 4 o'clock, got up around 8:30. So that's what, 4.5 hours? So, all right. Do you sell things on YouTube? No. Nope. I don't want to sell things on YouTube. YouTube is here for fun. YouTube is a fun thing to me. Now, my business, eventually, when I put a little bit more time and energy and effort into the business, I'll be able to do merchandising for other YouTubers and streamers and stuff like that. I can make other people's gear. Like, I make sports apparel, right? I make singlets. So my kids wrestle, and I do wrestling stuff. We're pretty big into that, and I run wrestling tournaments and stuff like that. And So with that, I can make hoodies and clothing items, and that's what I sell. Is I sell clothing items, and I do like team gear. Johnny brings, he comes to me, hey, can you make me 20 of these shirts and 20 of these hoodies and 20 of these singlets or whatever needs to be done. And I design them and I send them off, get them made up, and then I sell them to them, ship them to them. I was asked because I watch auctions on YouTube. Yeah, no, I don't do any of that stuff. No. I like to, and so here's something that I have done, and let me tell you, this is a pain in the rear. I try to run as legit of a business as I can, um, as I know that for what I know. And what sucks about selling online, um, I've ran into this situation now one time, and I don't like it. If I was to sell a product to you, and let's say you're in California, I have to set up and I have to file sales tax. I have to turn in sales information to the state of California, even though I'm in Virginia. And anywhere that I sell to, I have to do that with. So, like, let's just say I sell to 50 states. I have to set up and do, right now, I have to do monthly sales to my current state right now, Virginia. So I have to do a report by the 20th of every month, stating how much I sold and how much my sales taxes and all the shit I got to turn into my state. So I'm legit on my paperwork. And if I was to do, I'm such a small business, like it would cost me if I paid to do that. Um, because it's $50. I mean, it's $20 per filing per month. So that's, oh, excuse me, $20 a filing a month. So what's 20 times 50? 1,000, right? So it would cost me $1,000 a month to file all of those. $1,000 a month to do all the filings. I would like, oh, it's dumb. It's dumb. So yeah, and like I did some sales. I did one of the things that I did do is I had I sold some hoodies. So I made some company look at. Well, I call it Buster Brown gear, and so I made some hoodies and jackets and stuff they look like our uniforms, but they're not. They, they represent our department. They're a little bit more personalized than just a. I don't have anything that is copyright and no copyright infringement type stuff. So, UPS can't tell me no. So I've sold a lot of that. Um, and I went online on a Facebook and said, into a Facebook group. And I told the Facebook group, I said, hey, trying to clear out the rest of my winter inventory. I said, this is what I got. I sent it out there. It's the first time I ever advertised the fact that I do this to strangers. Most of my sales right now go to people that I know or people that friends of friends and acquaintances and stuff like that. That's where the majority of my business comes from right now, because I haven't been able to scale things up in a manner to make bigger advertisement worth it, right? But I was like, you know what? Let me just send this out there and let's just see what happens. And I sold, $1,500 in merchandise in a day. And So I had to go through and, you know, figure out. That's the first time I had to figure out all of my shipping. I already had it all figured out, but I hadn't ever had orders that I had to ship out. So like all of a sudden I've got, you know, a ton of orders that I have to process, package, create shipping labels, ship all this shit out. I had to do all of that, and it was like, not that I wasn't expecting it, but it was I wasn't organized as well as I would have liked to have been. I mean, I got them all processed in a day and got them sent out the following day, or by that following Monday, because it was a Friday. I posted that, and they sold on the weekend, and I had everything shipped out by Monday. So I mean, I did my part. So it wasn't that big of a deal, but it was. I gotta clean some things up if that's what I'm gonna do, and if I have to sell to different various states, keep up with all of that. And the other side is it's like my website doesn't separate my sales per state, so I have to go in and manage, you know, that type stuff for the sales tax purposes. So it's just crazy. It's just silly. So what we did with that order, we just simply said, you know what, we're just gonna, because it was, you know, we're just gonna say everything was sold in Virginia. We'll just pay the sales taxes in Virginia on all of those items and be done with it, and we'll just watch our P's and Q's moving forward. You know, one or two items, $15 to the state of California. You know, I'd have to pay them what, maybe $2, if that, in taxes. I don't think the state of California is going to come after me for $2 in taxes. That you know what I'm saying? But you know, something dumb like that. You know, uh, but yeah. So that's all part of like the learning and stuff, and that's why, you know, there's a whole lot to it moving forward. It's just like, yeah, you know, if the merchandise and stuff that I design and the things that I sell, if you know, if I was able to scale it to where it's financially, you know, sustainable, that you know, where I could pay somebody else, if I could, if I could make, if I could get it to the point where I could do enough sales to where I could pay an employee to manage it, right? Or directly under me. Instead of me being the employee and the owner, just let me be the owner and let them be the worker. Then you know, I would do that. Even if I didn't make a lot of money with it, you know, I would do that. But I'm not at that point yet. So I make the majority of the majority of my sales of instead of advertising and doing this and randomly sell online. And by the way, I'm going through some bad reception area. You're going to get a ring and the microphone's going to break up. There's a lot of things that are going to happen. So just bear with me. It'll be like this for on and off for the next uh, 20 minutes. Just bear with it. It'll come and go. It'll get better and then it'll get worse. Get better and worse. But so you know, if I could, let's say I was to put on this youth wrestling tournament. Well, let's say there's 300 wrestlers at this tournament. You know, I make money on the amount of wrestlers that are there. Okay, so I make X amount of dollars for them. Now, with merchandise, if I make my own merchandise and I sell that merchandise, right, the way that my profit margins fall with that, I would make more money. Let's just say, for instance, I had 50 garment items is, let's just say I would make more money. I would make we're going to give it a second here. All right. We're going to give it a minute, let everything come together, go from there. All right. So let me start this back off. I should be in good enough signal right now to keep things moving and grooving. So if I was to sell 50 items and with my profit off of those 50 items I sell, I would make as much money selling 50 items as I would running that event. And if I was to do that, I would, if I did that for once a month for the entire year, I would make not a lot of money, but enough money to where it's nice. Okay. I, off of just selling 50 items at a tournament and running the event for a one-day tournament for a local youth wrestling event with about 300 kids, I would end up making about, I'm just going to throw it out there, about $3,000 on an event of that nature. That's just an average with selling 50 of my own items and selling and managing the event and the setting up of the tournament and everything else. I would do $3,000 in worth of business on that event. So in that regard, okay, you got to understand, I also do, I've got all the computers, I got all the other stuff and things like that. If I was to do 2 of those a month, that's $6,000 a month. If I only did that for if I did that for the year, all right, let's just do it. I said I had one event a month. That's $36,000 in a year. That's a pretty legit little side hustle. You know what I'm saying? That's a legit little side hustle in my eyes. So, and if I was to, and mind you, I ran this past year, I ran 9 events this past year in 3 months' time. In 3 months' time, I ran 9 events. So these are all small, smaller events. If I wanted to make, I could make $35,000 to $40,000 if I made a larger event. Okay, I don't know who all's still on here or who wants to hear these numbers, but if I wanted to run a larger event, I could really do. I make $3 per kid. That's what I make when I run an event. That's how I charge. I charge $3 per kid and $50 per mat for all of my equipment, of the electronics and computers and stuff that we keep score on and all that good stuff. All my laptops, monitors, scoreboards, all that type of shit. It's so let's say we go and we have this massive event, this huge tournament. In this huge tournament, let's just say I run 10 mats. This ain't even a big tournament. This is really more of still of a local tournament. But let's just go with a massive tournament. Let's go with 15. No, let's go with 16 mats. So 16 mats. Um, that would be what, $800. $800 just for my equipment for the weekend for 16 mats. And then let's say there's 600 kids. Say there's 600 kids at the event. So that's 18. Three times 6 is that 18, right? Is that right? 18 plus 8, $2,400. So that one event, I would make $2,400 just to run that event. Okay. Now, if I had, for instance, it's $2,400 is not a lot of money. Okay, that is not a lot of money just to run the event. Now, look, if it's my event that I'm organizing the facilities, I'm organizing everything. It's not a fundraiser for another school. It's my event, my name, my responsibility, my insurance, my everything. I make more than $3 per kid. All right. Let's go with these numbers from where I've done it enough in the past. I've done it enough in the past. I don't know who all's still here, but it is what it is. I will end up doing about $20 of profit per kid off of entry fees. So if I did, let's do this instead of profit. I would charge $40 a kid. $40 a kid, and there's 600 wrestlers. Okay, that's $24,000. I would end up paying my referees. I would have to have. It would be about probably $6,000 for referees for that event. Let's see here, I would need 18. I would need let's see, you got 18 and then another 6, 9, 18 nines. I would need about 25 referees. Each referee would make about $200 to $300. So let's just go with $7,000. Okay, I'd probably end up spending around $7,000 for referees for that event. Well, if you got 600 kids, $5 a kid, what is that? 6 times 5? It's 33,000. That ain't right. That don't sound right. That's 600. Maybe it is. Maybe that is right. Shit, I can't do math right now in my head. What's 5 times 600? 3,000, right? And then I would need to probably double that because they want so we'll call it 6,000. We'll call it $7,000 for referees. So 24,000 just turned into 7,000. Yeah, 3,000. So we're just going to double that number up. We'll call it 6. Yeah, we'll do 6. At least 18. Let's say it cost me $3,000 for the facility rental. So that's $15,000 there. Maybe I'll pay a couple people to help me out for the weekend. And I gotta donate some money to some clubs for table workers and stuff. I would end up clearing probably $10,000. I would probably make $10,000 on that event in profit in my pocket. about $10,000 in profit would go into the business's pocket, okay, without selling any merchandise. Now let's talk about merchandise. Let's say that everybody, for instance, all right, between everybody that shows up to an event is going to plan on spending some money at the event, whether it's in concessions or whether it's in buying a t-shirt or buying some sort of something. So you've got 600 participants there. 600 participants. Now, you also have their moms and dads or brothers and sisters or whatever the case may be. But let's just base all of these numbers off of the participants. I've done this enough. I know about how much each, if you base it off of that, an average of $20 is, seriously, an average of $20 is what they spend on merchandise, okay? So they plan, everybody, it averages out. Some people spend $100 and some dollars, some people spend none. But the average, the safe average is $20 per participant. So like if I charged $40 for the event, right, they would bring $60 in cash and they would end up spending the average of $60 on the event, between $40 to get in and $20 in concessions and or t-shirts or whatever the case may be. Sometimes it's even more. Like I say, but then there's not. So $20, 20 times 600 is what? 12,000, right? 12,000. So if you had, that would be the profit. That's the average profit that I would make, would be $20. Well, that's sales. So realistically, profit would be half of that, 50%, depending on what you would end up doing. So instead of looking into that, so it'd be, instead of 12, it'd be 6,000. You would end up making 6,000. So I would, on a medium to large size event, 600 wrestlers at the event with me doing the merchandising and concessions. The total profit would be somewhere in the ballpark of in the ballpark overall for the event would be between $15,000 and $20,000 for that one event. Ballpark. The numbers we came up with are 16,000. So it would be about 10,000 in the tournament side and about 6,000 on the other. But let me tell you, that's not always the case. Like you start selling like cool stuff, things. I mean, it's going to be dumb. It would be dumb. So, yeah. Long story short, I could make probably $20,000 on an event like that in profit, and run one event a month, and that would double my monthly income. I would double my monthly income. When I say double my monthly, I'm talking like, I could do, the business could still have money. I would be able to have employees that are paid proficiently, and all this is, I could do all this as a side hustle. It's literally a side hustle. Take off, 2 or 3 days during the month. 2 days leading up to the event, 1 day after the event. The event's on a weekend, the events are on a Saturday. So you take off the Thursday and Friday to set up, do whatever you got to do there, and run the event on Saturday, clean up, make sure everything's good to go back to work on a Monday. Your regular job. Bingo, bango. Do that. Wrestling season is in and going. About 4 months of the year. Let's just say I was to run 5 events and make 5 events a year. Let's just do one every other month. We'll call it 6 events a year. That's $120,000. Anywhere that's anywhere between 75 and 100. Let's just call it $100,000 for the events. I could make $100,000 if I ran my own events, organized it all, paid for the facilities, did all that, and were able to maintain about 600 participants per event. I could make about $100,000 after paying all of my people. After all that, I could put in my pocket about $100,000 a year. That's on top of me working my job, making the type of money that I currently make. So, you know, that's what my business is. And now, do I make that now? No, I do not, because I'm not. I haven't organized my own event yet. My own personal. I run other people's events for their fundraisers, for their clubs and things like that. Right. So there's a process you have to go through before people. I ran a pretty good tournament locally that does get 400 plus kids a year, and I was told this is the first year that they actually had to pay me to run that event. I used to be the booster club president, so yeah. But it definitely is not easy, Janice. By no means is it easy, but I've done it, and I've been running wrestling tournaments for about 7-8 years now, and I've went through the headaches, the heartaches, the problems, and this is and that's, and it's not as like I enjoy it. Like I thrive under that type of pressure. Like I want that type of event. I want to see these kids do well. I want to have an awesome event. I want these people to just really just have a great time and have a good organized event. And I have enough following in the wrestling community where I could probably pull right now an average of 300 people a weekend, right? And once I started doing bigger events like that, I could pull probably 600 kids out to an event once I started doing them like that. But I got to have initial capital, and so right now I'm making sure I'm ironing out the wrinkles. You know what I'm saying? Um, Everything I've done before was done through the nonprofit aspect. Now I'm doing it as a for-profit. Before I was doing it to help our booster club, and we were making $15,000 on that particular type of an event through the booster club. Now I'm going to be doing all that as a for-profit. So I got to keep up with all the paperwork and all the stuff for the taxes and shit like that. So there's a lot more to it that I have to understand and really pay attention to now than before. But yeah, still worth it. Still worth it. So, but yeah, that's my side hustle. That's my, because of UPS being what UPS has been to me in the past, it pushed me towards starting my own business, and that's the whole reason why I started the apparel side of my business, is to be so I could sell apparel at my own events. So, and I'm still doing sales outside of my own events. You know what I'm saying? Like I still have friends of mine, people I know, that come up to me, hey, can I get a singlet? Hey, can I buy this? Hey, can I buy that? And that's just in wrestling. I do other stuff. I'm about to start my outdoors line, where I'm making my own camouflage type of gear. Not really hunting gear, but it's more like it wouldn't, like, I'm going to be doing fishing shirts. So one of the things I'm going to do, this is the next thing I want to do. I want to go around to all of our local fishing shops, because I live at a lake, and I want to go to all of our local fishing shops, talk to them, and the little small mom and pop joints, and put all of them, advertise everybody onto one shirt as like a community-based not really community-based outreach, but like I want to be able to. I want to make a shirt that they can sell in their shop that has their information on that shirt, but also everybody else's. Think of it like this. I know this is going to sound dumb, but think of it as a mix of, the professional, like the NASCAR and professional fisherman style shirts, where it's like you got this sponsor and that sponsor and this sponsor and that sponsor, and they're all up on the shirt and they're all, it kind of looks cool. So it's going to be kind of like that, but it's going to be based upon our local area. And instead of sponsoring the shirt, they're all going to be on the shirt. So like, I'll probably end up doing a map, like the actual shirt design. I just thought about this. The actual shirt design will probably be a nautical map of the water in the lake, and I will sublimate around it on some of the other parts, water and waves, and like I'll take a realistic photo of the lake, and I will edit that image into like a translucent type of image behind the map. And so, and then with that, we'll have all the other quote unquote sponsored mom and pop joints, with their location. Like that's what I'll do, is literally on the shirt will be a map. And on the shirt, I will highlight each individual's marina or whatever, and be like, yeah, this is where this shop is. This is where that shop is. I think that would be a fantastic idea, man. I'm glad I just sat here and thought about that. And I'm not looking at that to make a lot of money with the selling of those shirts. What that does, it opens the door to more customers and new customers, right? So think about that for a second. If I am letting people know that I can make these custom shirts and do this custom stuff, like, the sun shirts, the hoodies, the lightweight hoodies, a lot of people will wear like a Carhartt version or whatever. They're, it's their sun shirts is what they are, so make something like that. I thought it would be cool as shit. I think that'll work out. And then there's a lot of professional fishermen that are out this way. I'm just not in that scene as much, but that could pull a couple of those type of people and start doing merchandising for them. Or let's say the stores, once I create this particular item, I design it and I create it and I do it. Once I do that, maybe the stores will want their own line of product. And I literally, I don't just design it. I have the ability to change the manufacturing process as well. I don't manufacture them. They do get sent overseas, but I have the ability to say, instead of using this material, use that material. Instead of it being a long sleeve or short sleeve, let's make it in between, or let's add a pocket here, or let's put a hole there, or let's do a whatever. I can do anything I want with them. I just have to, get it done. But that'll start my kind of outdoor line. I live in the country, so we could do some things like that. We can do professional type stuff, and then also I'm going to start my own kind of like camouflage line. So I'm going to do. I would show you one, but I don't think I could. I don't think I can at this exact moment. Definitely can't do it. I probably shouldn't do it going down the road. But yeah, so I have the ability to take a realistic picture. So like Realtree and all them, they have the camo is like a billion types of way of doing camo. I would literally take artistic style pictures of certain areas or certain things, or like a up close and like let's say I take like there's the woods up here on the right. I take a picture of the woods right there. I can take that picture of the woods and I can put that, upload that, vectorize it, get it colored right, get it all done up right, put that on a shirt. Not good idea? What do you mean not good idea? Because here's the other basis of some of that. Like this is all going to be small local level stuff, right? I want to be able to. I'm not trying to look at like growing into a massive scale or anything at the moment. I don't know if that was a typo or not or whatever. You explain if you want. If you don't want to, it's fine too. But I want to keep things on a smaller scale at the moment. So with things on a smaller scale, that'll allow me to work on uh, making the efficiency the yeah. Not showing pictures one time. Yeah. That's exactly right. Um, so when it comes to like, I want to keep things small and local at the moment because I've had some challenges in my manufacturing. I've had some delays. I've had some miscommunications, and if I was to, my goal, my ultimate goal is to sell my product. I want to sell my product. I do not want to. I do not want to sell Johnny's product all the time. Okay, because there's markup, and like I would have to discount it as a wholesaler instead of a retailer. And I don't want to be a wholesaler. I want to be a retailer. That's what I eventually want to be. And wholesale's fine in certain things, but uh, if Johnny, the whole purpose between for wholesaling is to use. There's benefits to it. Volume reduces overall pricing. So if I have more volume, it will eventually reduce total. The optimized shipping methods would be more efficient. Like I say, this stuff does get made overseas. So, instead of getting a small order, if I get larger orders and scheduled batches, then I know I would get better rates overall. That is a tiny, tiny little front end loader, and I think it's awesome. The thing was cool as shit. But yeah, so there's all sorts of shit. Like eventually, if this job wants, so we're circling back to why am I doing that as a business now? Is because if UPS wants to do some stupid shit and fire me again, then and let's say I don't get my job back. I mean, I want to stay here until I can retire. Don't get me wrong. I don't want to be fired. I want to stay here until I can retire, draw my pension, do all that stuff. But the first moment I can retire, I think I'm going to go ahead and try to retire. A lot of people like to stay here and maximize their retirement, maximize the time they're here, work here 35, 40 years. As soon as I can retire, I want to retire. Because driving a truck is not healthy. Driving a truck makes you fat, makes you lazy, it gives you health problems, and it takes, if you drive a truck for 5 years, it takes you 10 years to fix the problems that you just had the last 5. It's tough. No, I'm tired of that shit. Hi, Miss Thomas. Miss Thomas. So, so yeah. There's like I say, there's a lot of things I would like to explore, and the cool thing is yeah, I would have that ace to back me up. That's exactly right. And So right now, the way that stuff goes is like, things are kind of seasonal. And so during the wintertime, where a lot of things, let's say for prepping for fishing, fishing comes along mostly in early spring and through summer and all that good stuff, right? So, in the prep work for that needs to be done in wintertime. Orders need to be placed, and the product needs to be done, 6 months in advance, right? So, like right now, I'm working on figuring this shit out. Uh, I'm looking to figure this shit out now for next season, not this current go around, but for like next year. And if I can do that, if I can figure that out, that's that's what I'm looking at is getting all this in order and getting things moving and grooving. Uh, yeah. Oh man. What do you mean you are not allowed to retire? Oh, come on. Eventually I will be. Eventually my ass is out of here. Eventually. Like, I totally forgot the fact that there was no sound. I was sitting here trying to tell you about all that stuff. Those are all things that I've done. Oh, got a phone call. I got a phone call. I got a phone call. Let me answer this thing. I'll be back. Hey guys, I am still on the phone, so I'll be back. All right. I don't know if y'all can hear me now, but yeah, the wife just accidentally hung up on me, so she's going to call me back. I just wanted to let you know. Thank y'all for hanging out. Gio, welcome. Uh, yeah. So I got it mutes when she comes in. I can always turn my other mic on, but personal conversation with my wife. It's my personal conversation with my wife. So appreciate you understanding, and we'll get back to y'all here in just a little bit. So we've got in regards to this. You know what? I ain't letting you do it. Screw you. Figure out your own shit, buddy. All right, we've got what 20, 50, 51 miles until our exit. So we still got an hour's worth of driving until I'm at my destination. Well, my next destination. Then I got an hour and a half after that. So as long as the batteries hold up, we'll be live until the batteries die on the devices. So we did figure it was about 2 hours worth of time. So my battery is down to 44% though. Maybe I ought to think about putting that one on charge. This one sounds 60. Why is that? This one's down to 65. That one's at 44. So dumb. Probably because I got other shit going on with it. I'm going to try to put it on charge. But it's going to ride on the cord and it's going to bounce it everywhere. And it's going to make me mad, is what it's going to do. I don't have anything to elevate it with either. Shit. I can't see. The problem is these damn phones. If you go live with people, they want your phone to be in portrait mode in vertical. I want the damn phone. That way I can chargers up to both of them. Ugh. Always something. I can always flip flop the phones though. See, I can get to the charger port of one, but not the other. Hell, I don't know. I can tell you this much. Y'all see the haze in the sky? The mountains look like they're pretty gray. There's a lot of. There is no cloud, all smoke. There are wildfires everywhere. That's a fire. I don't know if that's a wildfire or not, but that's a fire right there. What the hell is in there? What do they have burning over there? Oh, that's not a fire. Shit, I thought it was a fire. Man, look at the sun. I'm gonna show y'all this here real quick. Off to my left, the sun is coming over the mountains. And I'm over here in the Shenandoah Valley, and it's because it's so smoky and everything else, and the way that the sun looks, it is nice and red. So the camera's probably not going to pick it up as clear as what I can see it here myself. But I'm gonna wait till these cars pass by, and I'm gonna show y'all. Look at that. Is that not awesome looking or what? Yeah, truck coming up beside me. I don't want to look like I'm staring the camera out at the guy. All right. Is that not cool? You see, all that is smoke. Back on the phone, guys. Be back in a little bit. All right, can y'all hear me? Oh yeah, you can. Fantastic. I'm back. My wife is working, and I'm just riding. So, anyways, Gio, I don't know if you're still staying around. Janice, I don't know if you're around. Karina, Miss Thomas, I don't know where everybody is, but welcome. Welcome back. Well, I'm back. So, yeah. Somebody had asked something about being cold. Is it cold down there or something? I don't know if you were talking to Gio or not, Janice, or if it was Gio asking the question. I can tell you right now, it's cold here. It was 28 degrees a couple miles back. That's cold for me. I didn't bring a jacket. I mean, I've got one beside me in the floor over here, but it's not. I didn't wear it to work. It's just one I keep in the truck. So it needs to get back up in the 50s and stay in the 50s, 60s. That's what it needs to do. I'm a 50s and 60s kind of guy. If it's 65 degrees outside, if it stayed 60 to 65 degrees outside year round, oh, I'd be in heaven. That's perfect for me. Perfect for me. It's still warm enough to be able to not be cold, but uh it's still all right. It's still cold enough to not be warm, and it's still warm enough to not be cold. There you go. Because I'm a big guy. If it's 70 degrees outside, I'm still sweating. Hell, if it's 70 degrees in my house, I'm sweating. Shit. Oh man. You know what today would be good? Scheduled to work tonight, but if I work tonight, I can't work Sunday because I won't have enough time off to get a reset. I run out of hours and things like that. Or will I? Yeah, I think I will. I won't have any time. Because if I'm on a 60 and I didn't work Sunday, I worked Sunday, would I be able to? I might be able to make that up. Would I need to? It's a good question. We've been operating on 70-hour work weeks, and we just reverted back to the 60-hour weeks a few weeks ago, and I didn't even think about that aspect. But I know it's not the 8 days, it's 7 days. So yeah, I'll have to figure that out. I'll have to sit down and look at that. I might be able to work all of it. I don't know. It ain't gonna leave me much time during the week though for those really really long runs. Oh man, well, I'm curious how we're doing stream-wise. I don't know how many views I've gotten. I really don't know. It'd be nice to know. It'd be kind of cool to know. What's my battery like? I've been live for 2 hours and we're down to 26%. 26%. And I've been on the phone and we've been live and we've been doing a little bit of everything. And we're back into the smoky, awful. Look, I mean, this is rough. That sun is rough. Holy smokes. I just looked right into it. Oh. So we've got about another 20 miles. I'm going to jump off and we're going to go into Stanton, Virginia. We're currently in Harrisonburg, Virginia. Shoot, let me ride beside this guy. Get me some shade. Shoot, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, I got to call my buddy. I need to call my buddy. It's 8 o'clock in the morning. It might be a little early for him. He just flew back from Vegas yesterday, so he's probably still kind of. He might be sleeping, a little sleepy. I'll probably talk to him later this morning, something like that. Maybe around 11 or so. Well, I'll start. All right, come on, Cisco. What are we doing here? Holy shit! Look at that guy putting all those little aeronautical or the little aerodynamic windbreaks on his fucking van all the way around the back end of it. It's fucking stupid looking. Oh, yeah, I'm getting cold. Let's crank this heat up. Let's get it nice and toasty in here. Get me back warm because I'm starting to freeze. Oh man, oh man, oh man, oh man, oh man, oh man. Whew, feels good. Damn, it feels good to be gangsta. Oh yeah. We like to move your tears around. Sing loud. I wish we could use this crowd. Maybe it's better this way. Way too hard to say. Do it together. Yeah, together. It's playing right, no rhythm. Yes, I do listen to country at times. That's me dancing. All right, man. I hope you enjoyed because I did. I had a good time. Just dancing, listening to some music. Yeah, I listen to country. I listen to everything. Literally, I listen to everything. What is this? Oh yeah, I know that last song. Do 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 do. You know just what you wanted. For given the chance, I'd lie again. Just to see you smile. I'd do anything that you wanted me to. And all is said and done. Never count the cost. It's worth all that's lost just to see you smile. All right. I listen to everything. I listen to rap, listen to everything, country, bluegrass, to everything. I mean, it just depends on what I feel. I could literally be the one that listens to some like some old Ralph Stanley types, like some bluegrass all the way, and then move it up to listen to Lil Wayne, to then go to some Eric Clapton, then go to some Elton John, and then go come back forward to listen to like the other day, like yesterday. I happened to sing some Backstreet Boys that came on the radio. I mean, I just all sorts of shit. But that's why I like the radio because I don't control what's actually on. Oh, where you go, where the lights found. And I feel in the dark skin to tell her. Let's just let it go. and I feel. I think this away. Yeah, I feel it. I see you feel it. When you come to tomorrow, where you going where the lights are found? I feel the dogs begin to smell her. They'll just let them know. To find it, to find it, to find it. Why does people always want to just go slow in the mornings? I can't stand that. What? Like, why are we? Why are we going 60 miles a fucking hour? You're a fucking car. I don't. If the speed limit was 55, you still shouldn't be going 60. I'm sorry. You're on a fucking interstate. Sorry, language. I know. I'm sorry. I will have to say I'm going to have to get off here. I'm at 14%. We're gonna carry this thing into the building. Once we get there, I'm going to end the stream. Stream will be ending in about 5 minutes. So that's yeah. So 5 minutes, and we're going to be done. I hope y'all can handle that. 5 more minutes. 5 minutes calling for the last stop. 5 minutes. All aboard. See, my other phone is at 47. How am I using twice as much? Like I'm down to 14% on my main phone. And the secondary phone, this is my face cam, the one that's on my face, it's only down. It's the same brightness level and everything else. And it's down only. You know what? I'm going to do an experiment the next time I go live. I'm going to go live off of. Oh, you dummy. Holy shit. Fucking stupid motherfucker. My God, are they fucking dumb? Holy shit. Ugh, people, get the fuck out of the way. Get out of my way. I ain't got time for this bullshit. Go on now. I'm not behind you either. Fuck you. See all that smoke in front of us? Yeah. That's what. How we going towards it? Smoke, baby. It's not always a good thing. I got a mile. Should I pass this guy? I don't think I can. Yeah, I ain't gonna worry about it. I'll back off of him. Oh. All right, we're here. We made it. Oh, it's a green light up there, fella. You think we can make that green light? I think it's gonna turn yellow and red. By the time we get to it, it's gonna turn yellow. It's turning yellow. See, yellow, and then it's going to red. I was already through the yellow. Well, let's go. Let's get her. Let's get her done. Let's finish her up. I got her dead. There's our building. There's another driver. Hey, driver. What are you doing, driver? Hey, driver. All right. All right. We have made it. We're going to call it there. What are we down to now? 10%. Woo. That battery says bye, bye, bye. Like in sync. Bye, bye, bye. I'm going to make it done. It just when you feel you had enough. Might sound crazy, but it ain't no lie. Bye, bye, bye. Oh, 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 oh. All right, I'm gone. See you guys.